Well, hey there. Over the last several weeks, I have been sharing a lot of tips about how to actually get your children to delight in the things outside in nature through the art of observation. This may be something that's really difficult for you if you're anything like me, where I'm not naturally observant, probably because I was never really taught how to be observant. But the wonderful thing about Charlotte Mason is it can even teach adults. I'm Dolly Freeman, and today on the Charlotte Mason Way Show, I'm going to be sharing with you an amazing opportunity that you can have with your family that will not only get you understanding how to actually use the skills for observation, but actually how to get your children to delight in a game like exercise that is as profitable as your book lessons. If that sounds exciting, let's get started. Where I'm going to be sharing with you today's topic: how to participate in the observation challenge. What I'm talking about is this special thing. If you hold on, I'll share with you exactly how to get it. And this is something you're going to want to do with your family like now. This is so exciting. And I want to get started by sharing with you how to participate in this observation challenge and to get your family loving to be outside. So let's get started by getting to my slides. So in today's show, you're going to be discovering 3 easy steps to using the observation challenge with your family, as well as 3 Charlotte Mason thoughts about nature observation. And then the most important aspect to this challenge. So let's get started because it's going to be a good one. So I want you to understand as we're getting into this that children will delight in even the most challenging subjects if it were positioned as a game. Knowing this is what I love about Charlotte Mason's method, because it really taps into this truth and lets it become easier for you as a parent, as well as for children. So number one step is to download the PDF. I'm talking about this guide that you're going to want to have to work with your family on this challenge. So let me give you exactly how to do that. You want to go to the charlottemasonway.com/observation, and you'll be able to get that PDF. But before you do that, I'll share this again at the end, but before you do that, let me tell you how to actually participate with the observation challenge. So the first part of the challenge workshop are the steps to teaching your children observation the Charlotte Mason way. You'll need a copy of the last page for each of your children. What I mean is each of your children are going to get one of these pages for themselves, okay? The rest is pretty much telling you how to take this challenge and put it into your family. All right, so it's pretty simple. It's self-explanatory, but you definitely want to make sure that you have one page per child, and you'll understand why in a minute. So this is based off from this quote. This is an exercise that delights children and may be endless varied, carried on in the spirit of a game, and yet with the exactness and carefulness of a lesson. We need more of that in our life, right? So this is why I got so excited to create this challenge for you, is because it is an exercise that children can delight in, and it's so important to teaching the powers of observation. So number 2, this is after you get this downloaded, you're going to want to schedule some time outside for this challenge, okay? So just simply put something on your calendar to get started. It can easily be today. So this can be done in your yard, a park, a nature center, or even a nature walk around your neighborhood. Literally will give you endless variety of how to use this observation challenge again and again. So you can keep printing that last page for your children on numerous accounts, because it truly is an opportunity where you can vary the exercises. So speaking of observation, Charlotte Mason says this is all play to the children, but the mother is doing invaluable work. She's training their powers of observation and expression, increasing their vocabulary and their range of ideas by giving them the name and the uses of an object at the right moment. What's that moment? When they ask, what is it? Or what is it for? That is only when we moms get involved in observation. So, this is a good game for mom as well. So, step number 3 is put your children in front of nature objects to observe. It's as simple as that. Put them in front of it. If each child did a different specimen or species, you can do a time of observation sharing as a family. And this is what I love about this challenge is it's not like your family just doing one thing together, although you are. It's allowing for individual delights to happen per child. So it's all there for you. You just have to follow the instructions after you download it. Get outside and get your children in front of objects. It's truly that simple. And here's an important thing to understand what Charlotte Mason says. An observant child should be put in front or should put in the way of things worth observing. This is so true because, if you have an observant child and they're around things they shouldn't be observing, you really can't do anything about that. They're really going to observe it. So you have to become very intentional about what it is that you're going to put in front of your children, not just in the outdoor time, but any time of the day. And this is where that whole elliptical orbit for a parent comes in place about an atmosphere. Education is an atmosphere, a discipline, a life. This is those things worth observing. When your child has developed those skills of observation, you want to do due diligence and make sure that you're putting them in front of those things worth observing, those wholesome things. So here's what I want you to walk away with. The most important aspect for this observation challenge is to give your children the freedom to choose what they observe. Now, I just told you, wait a second, you just told me that I have to be careful about what I put them in front of. Yes, but when you're putting in front of them, let them decide what it is that perks their interest, right? What it is that they would delight in. One child's going to love rocks. Another is going to love living things that move and they can chase. So make sure that you're being true to your child's personality when you're out using this observation challenge, and give your children the opportunity, once you've put them in front of something worth observing, that you give them the freedom to choose what that thing is. So those are the tips. So before I conclude today's show and get into the comments, I want to recap the steps for doing this. And here's the URL if you haven't caught it yet, thecharlottemasonway.com/observation. So the 3 steps is download the PDF. It's simple, right? The second step is to schedule outdoor time, observation time. And you really need to be outside to observe, even if you have some bird feeders. This isn't giving the child the opportunity to do number 3, or the most important thing, where they get to choose. The bird chooses for them when they come to the feeder, right? But if you put your children in front of nature objects in various places, you have given them the opportunity to elaborate on what they're doing and choose different things. And that's the power of this observation challenge that is completely free to you. Well, hello, Michelle and Lynn. I'm glad to see you ladies here and saying hello. Let me put the link here in the comments. That way you guys can go ahead and grab it. Tell me, what do you think of this? This is so exciting. I've worked over a while to get this ready for you all because it's beautiful. Tolerably fine days are everywhere right now. It's an opportunity for you to just download this, put some observation time on the calendar, and get out and do some things. So you'll want to have this and go ahead, get started with your family. It's a powerful opportunity to use these beautiful days. If you are going out anywhere for a nature study, you should grab this observation challenge. And remember, that last page is something that you can reprint time and time again on various outings to be doing again and again with your family. So I would love to, and it's crock full of some really good Charlotte Mason quotes, so you can see that it's not just inspired by the Charlotte Mason method, but it literally follows it step by step of how to train your children in observation and get them going. No questions today, but this sounds fabulous. My youngest has been out today observing rocks. Well, it's funny that I used rocks as one of those examples. My son never observed rocks. He was more fancied about chasing those snakes. So, anyways, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I'm real happy to finally have this out in your all's hand. Timely outcome. Yeah, out hand with the nice weather. And the lockdown. I thought the same thing, Lynn. And this actually has been on my calendar for quite a few months. So long before the whole quarantine times. So it was definitely planned for these beautiful, fine, tolerably fine days for everyone to get out and start teaching observation with their children. So be looking for that. Now, I'm not going to be having a show for the next 2 weeks. So I want you guys to come back in 2 weeks when I share with you guys, not next week or the next week. I'm taking 2 weeks off. But the 3 weeks from today, that sounds like a really long time, but I need that. I'm actually having surgery on Wednesday next week. So, and I'll be fine, but I am having some surgery, so I need some recovery time. But when I come back, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to turn your nature study into books. And when I say books, I'm talking keepsakes. You do not want to miss this because this is going to really make a difference with children who are artistic, who like to cut and paste, who like to do things with their hands, and may not even enjoy nature, but they will when they learn how to do turning your nature study into books. They'll be looking for it. My kids love to be outdoors and are always bringing things in. Yes, I do have a rule about what can be brought inside, because if not, we would be like Noah's Ark with all kinds of things inside. So we do have some guidelines with that. All right, ladies, well, I hope you enjoy it. I would love to hear on the Facebook page on this comment, if you could, or anything in the Charlotte Mason Mama group, if you want, some comments about how you're using it. And you know what? Let's just have some fun here. If you're on Instagram or you're sharing on Facebook, let's do the observation challenge hashtag so that you can be sharing some of the things that you're doing with your family, whether it's pictures of the PDF or what they're observing, what have you. Be sure to use that hashtag on Instagram or on Facebook. It would be fun to see what you guys come up with. All right, you guys, bye for now. Have a wonderful time enjoying the challenge. Be sure to share it with those that you think would benefit from it, even if they're not Charlotte Mason, because these tips work. All right, y'all, bye for now.